the option.
Yeah, I'm providing host access once again.
Right. Satyajit, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, sir. Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Uh, right now, to give a brief background about myself, I'm working as a business analyst in
Mhm.
Vero Inc., which is a management consulting firm
Okay.
based out of United States.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm also doing my MBA from Pune University in marketing and business analytics.
Okay.
And basically, by taking up this course, I aspire to first of all apply it right now in my own organization.
Okay.
And secondly, I also aspire to acquire the PL 300 certification that is being offered by Microsoft. So that's my ultimate objective.
Right. And currently, you said you are working as a business analyst, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is your day-to-day activities like? You talk to client and gather the requirements and pass it over to developer, something like that, or something else.
Yes, sir. Exactly. That is exactly our primary work. But the
Okay.
thing is that's not our only work. We do a lot
Mhm.
of other things also. Like we have a crucial role in handling and managing our projects. We
Okay.
also have an important role in user analytics.
Yeah.
So all these things they also come under our
So
work
do you
responsibilities.
so in your current project and all, you develop Power BI reports or anything else?
Yes, we develop Power BI reports. We develop Tableau reports. All
Okay,
these
great.
things. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Thank you, Satyajit.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Shubham, would you like to introduce? Okay. Nilesh? Shubham, Nilesh, can you hear me?
Hey, hi, good morning. Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem.
Good morning, all. My name is Nilesh Vakharia. I
Mm-hmm.
have 15 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I am working in Gensa Technology currently and working
Okay.
on Microsoft Azure Cloud Administration.
Okay.
Yep.
And,
Uh,
and okay. And what is the motivation to learn Power BI?
yeah, in my profile, I have to prepare. I have some basic experience with SQL.
Okay.
So I need to want to create some dashboard that needs to be presented to client. Uh, I have some basic idea how it works, but I want to learn more
Okay.
technically how it works at the back end and everything, so that I
Okay.
can create a dashboard report for the client and it
Yeah.
can be present in a presentable manner.
Right. Right. And in Azure, what exactly you are doing now? What kind of services you are using?
In Azure, I'm using Azure Active Directory and Intune,
Okay.
that is endpoint management client.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Great. Shubham, can you hear me? Okay, then Lalit, you tell me once everybody joins and I need to start the demo. Meanwhile, I will have a general discussion with the people if they have any questions. Is it
Yes,
fine?
yes, sir. Sure, Sujit.
Okay, right, right. Yeah, Shantanu, Satyajit, Shubham, Nilesh, you guys having any kind of questions, anything you want to ask me or anything related to Power BI or anything in general questions you would have definitely something, right? If you have anything, you can ask me. I will try to answer them.
Sir, I have
Sure.
one small doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, we are aware that we can prepare all these visualizations and projects reports on Power BI,
Right.
but at the same time, we can also do all these same things in Tableau.
Yes.
So I just wanted to understand what is the difference between these two? What is that something that we can do in Power BI that we cannot do in Tableau or any other software for that?
Okay. Let me explain you in this way. See, both are visualization tools. Okay. If
Hmm,
I give you a simple layman example, we have multiple different companies of four-wheeler company, right? We have
hmm,
Maruti, we have Tata, and all. Both will do the same work. Okay.
yeah,
People who are interested in little like they want five-star rating in the safety, they will go with Tata. If somebody wants higher mileage and all, they will go with Maruti. But both
hmm,
will do the same thing. Then
hmm,
similarly, these two are different companies basically. Okay, Power
hmm,
BI is coming from Microsoft, Tableau is coming from Salesforce.
okay,
Okay, and there are cost differences there, a lot of cost differences. For example, you own a company. Okay, you own a
hmm,
company and you have 10 developers. Okay,
hmm,
and you want to do the visualization, you want to do the BI visualization and all.
hmm,
So what will happen is like, see, one license per user per month in Power BI is around $7.99, close to $8 per person. Okay, which
okay,
is like around 800 rupees or something.
hmm,
Okay, so you can easily buy all the licenses with very low cost in Power BI, whereas Tableau and all, it will be much more expensive.
okay,
Okay. So that is the major difference and all why people are migrating from all different softwares to Power BI as of now.
okay, hmm,
And people, most of the people, what most of the companies would like to make a ecosystem where they have mostly all Microsoft related tools only. Okay, so that
right, right,
thinking will be proper. Okay,
right,
they don't need to install extra drivers and other things and all if they are having an ecosystem of Microsoft. So that is
hmm,
also one of the reason why people go towards Power BI.
hmm,
But Tableau also will do the same work. Power BI also will do the same work. Many people say that Tableau can handle huge amount of data, whereas Power BI also have certain features where we can handle that kind of scenarios. We
right,
have a direct query mode where we no need to pull the data itself. Pull data will be
right,
in your data source only. Still, we can build our reports. So these are
right.
the major differences I would say between Tableau and Power BI.
Hmm, hmm. So, sir, why I ask this question is
Mm-hmm.
in my organization, I see there are a lot of projects that are happening on Tableau.
Okay.
Whereas the whole
Mm.
organization wide, we have the Microsoft 365 subscription, so they can pretty comfortably have the Power BI also. So, is
Right.
there any reason why an organization could be preferring Tableau instead of Power BI?
No, there could be multiple reasons. Like, for example, they might be right now, they have the resources who can develop reports in Tableau more. Okay. And they may need little time to do the transition. Or else they might have taken a license packaging in certain way that for a certain period, and that period is not yet expired. Till that point of
Mm,
time, they would like to go with Tableau. There could be
mm,
multiple factors. Okay, we cannot say just like that, but there could be multiple factors where they would like to go with Tableau rather than Power BI. The end users, okay, the end users who are already habituated to use the Tableau report, they know very well how to navigate in Tableau reports. If I simply change everything to Power BI in one night, then it will be very difficult for the end user to navigate and do the analysis whatever they are doing in day to day right now.
mm,
Okay,
mm.
so they may not do it everything all together, but slowly they may migrate.
Right, right. Mhm.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, go on.
so one more doubt, can I please ask?
Yeah,
Sir, let's say we are starting with learning Power BI here.
okay,
Uh, like there are different levels of expertise that we can reach in a certain tool or a certain software. I
right.
just wanted to know, like
Mm-hmm.
basic applicable levels of expertise in
Mm-hmm.
Power BI. how much
Mm.
time is it expected to take for an average student?
See, it is like see in Power BI. See, there are four modules. Okay,
Mm,
in those four modules, three modules belong to Power BI Desktop and one module belonging to Power BI Service.
okay.
So I would say the entry level will be like you need to know the Power BI Desktop, which will have the three modules where you will actually develop your reports.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. In this also there is something called DAX language. Okay, where you may have to write some kind of formulas to create some information with the help of the existing information.
Okay.
Okay. So see, still you should know the DAX. Okay, people will not hire you unless until you have any kind of DAX background. You need to learn
Mm-hmm.
DAX. You need to apply them. But still,
Okay.
if there is a project, there is a company, there is a project where they need one senior resource and two junior resource, for example.
Mm,
Okay, and they are dividing the work, and they will do all the calculation by one mid-level person, and the higher level, the senior person, maybe he will be overviewing everything, and then once the report is developed, then he will be publishing it into Power BI service, then he will apply the securities, then he will schedule the refresh so that every day at one point of time it should refresh automatically. He will automate basically everything, he will automate, and then he will share it with the end user in different ways. There are
right.
certain ways where the end user may not have license, still he wants to view the report. There could
Mm-hmm.
be a situation where a person belonging to HR should see the data related to HR only. He should
Mm,
not be able to see the data related to finance or some other data. So all those securities things can be done by one senior resource. And then
right.
only visualize, just creating the graphs and all, they may give it to the very junior resource who is at very entry level.
Okay.
This is one scenario, but this is very rare. Okay, very rare. Mostly people would like to hire people who knows at least up to Power BI Desktop
Okay.
as a junior resource. And then a senior resource should be able to handle end to end. If a company doesn't have the environment of Power BI, they don't know what is workspace, they don't know what is Power BI service, so he need to
Mm,
explain why they should buy this, what are gateways, why I should install gateways, how can I schedule a refresh, how can I automate my report. All those things end to end a person should know in the project, then only he can handle the project from starting scratch till the report delivers to the end user. So
mm,
to answer your question, you want to learn everything from scratch to the to the end to end. If you want to learn, I would say I have seen, not I would say, I have seen people. Whatever the topics I am going to teach you, everything comes from my real time experience. Okay, whatever
okay.
challenges I have faced. Okay,
Mm,
so those topics, if you are able to practice every day, 1 to 2 hours, by the end of the course by the end of the course, I will give you one more bigger project. Okay, if you are
okay.
completing that one, you will be ready for any kind of real time project that I can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I would say around to strictly to answer your question, maybe 45 to 60 days
Okay. Okay.
end to end.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, you've mentioned about this DAX thing. Is this some programming language or coding thing?
It's not a programming language. It is a form like in Excel, you will use a function called sum function or
Ah,
count
correct.
function, count if function, or else
Right.
if condition, nested if conditions. All these things you use, right? Same
Mm,
same thing. That is also DAX only. In Excel, whatever the functions you are using, that is DAX. In Microsoft Stack, whatever the formulas you are using, no, that is called DAX, and it completely remains the same across the tools. Whatever the sum
okay.
function you are using in Excel, the same thing we are going to use it in Power BI. And there is another
Mm-hmm.
tool called MSBA, that is also by Microsoft only. There are also we are using the same language called DAX, data analysis expressions. Okay, so
Okay.
here we will write in a bigger way. Here we have multiple DAX functions and all. We have aggregate functions, we have time intelligent functions, we have logical functions, we have date functions. Okay, we have text functions. Like this, there are different categories of functions, close to 30, 40 formulas. Generally, we use in our regular day to day activities. All those things we are going to cover.
Right. Right. Got it. Thank you, sir. That's all from
Yeah,
me.
yeah, no problem. I think Shantu, you were asking something. No?
No, sir.
Okay. Somebody else was trying to ask. Not sure who is this.
Hey, Shubham was writing something, but I could not understand.
Uh-huh.
Shubham, can you hear us actually?
I think he was trying to write sir. Instead of sir, it became you.
Okay. That is what I was checking with him whether he can hear us or not. I facing an issue.
Mm.
Hi Ritija, hi Prabha.
Purva, Ratuja, would you like to? Do you have any questions, first of all? We are just talking general things now. I have not yet started the demo. I'm just waiting for a go ahead once people join. Meanwhile, if you have any questions which you want to clarify and all, I'm happy to answer.
Ritija, Prabha, introduce yourself to everyone actually.
No, sir.
Okay, Sujit, it's already 10:30. Let's start. Whoever could not join actually, I will share the recording.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you. Let me share my screen. Let me know once you guys see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just a small intro about me. I'm currently working as a senior application developer in IBM, and I do training in inside IBM. Also, I do some kind of Power BI training. I do consulting. I do freelancing also. Total, I have 9 years of little above 9 years of experience, work experience, and from the last past 6+ years, I am into Power BI, and I'm training students in Power BI from the last 4+ years. And the initial 2 3 years, no, I was not into IT. I was into a different domain called sales and marketing. I was into sales and marketing for the initial 2 3 years, where I used to do sales there basically, but still I used to do a lot of analysis by using Excel. At that time, I felt like let us learn some better tool for data analysis purpose, and I learned Power BI. That's how I am into Power BI right now. So basically, I also moved from a non-IT background to IT. Okay, from sales and marketing to analyst 6 years back. So when we join from non-IT to IT, there are a lot of pain points I have seen. I didn't know what is a server, why do we use a server, how to connect to a server, all those things. I faced a lot of challenges. So I would make sure that those things you will not face when you are moving from a non-IT to IT. Okay. And see, one of the question I think you guys asked, why Power BI? We have so many tools in the market. Then why Power BI? See, the opportunity wise, you will see great opportunities in both Tableau and Power BI. Okay, this is called Gartner's Magic Quadrant. Okay, there is a person called Gartner who does a lot of research on different domains of tools like BI tools and programming tools and other tools and all. So in BI tools and all, these are the different BI tools we have in the market. Out of that, if you see in the leaders quadrant, we have the Microsoft Power BI. Microsoft means Microsoft Power BI and Salesforce Tableau. These two are the tools which are in the leading position. Not only this year, if you Google it from last 5 6 years now, you will see Microsoft Power BI and Tableau in the leading positions. So what does this mean? This means that when these two are in the leading position, that means most of the companies are using these two tools. Okay, when the most of the companies are using these two tools, then there is a high chance that they need the requirement of resources who knows Power BI or Tableau are also more. Okay, so these two tools are having equal opportunities, and any one of this, if you learn, you will get into the BA role very easily. The number of interview calls or the number of opportunity which you are going to get is huge. Okay, that is what I wanted to share here. And out of these two tools, when I wanted to move towards BA, why I selected Power BI? Some of the reasons are, this is a free tool for development. Okay, Power BI is a free tool for development. You can right now download it, okay, install it, and you can do your development. Okay, whereas Tableau provides a 14-day free version, okay, which will not have some of the subscribed features. Okay, only free features will be there in Tableau. That is also only for 14 days, and after that you may have to buy the license. And the second thing is, if you have a student ID card, then you may get up to 1 year of usage. Up to 1 year you can use it. But whereas Power BI, it is free for everybody. Anybody can install it. No need of credit card, no need of debit card, no need of email ID also. Just you can download and install it and start using it. And it is exactly the same tool which you are going to use in any organization once you join. Okay, it is not like you are, while practicing, while learning, you are using something little different, and once you join any organization you are going to use something else. It is exactly the same. Not even 0.001% variation will be there. It is exactly the same tool. Whatever we are going to use it in our course, the same thing you are going to use it in your real-time project also. So you will not face any kind of challenges there. Your confidence will be there. And the third thing is, it is just an add-in from Excel. In Excel, there is a add-in called Power Pivot. It was introduced in 2010. The same add-in, they have taken it out and made a full-fledged software called Power BI. The major reason for it is Excel cannot handle huge amount of data. Okay, when you pull lot of data into Excel, no, in millions and all, it will hang. Excel will hang. It will not be able to process the data, whereas Power BI doesn't have such kind of limitations. The second thing, Excel has very less security feature. You can give the worksheet password, but still you have a lot of security related issues. You cannot hide some particular rows from some users and show those rows to some other user. Whereas in Power BI, we can do that. If you belong to, for example, you are a manager belonging to east region of the country, I can make sure that you can see only those east region data only. And somebody else who belongs to north region, he can only see the data related to north region. But I will share the same report with both of you by restricting the data. So that is called row level security that can be implemented in Power BI, whereas in Excel we cannot do that. Okay, these are certain reasons why Power BI is a better tool, as per my understanding. Who are eligible to learn Power BI? Anybody who are interested in data and would like to work on data and all, everybody is eligible to learn. No prior knowledge is required, no prior experience is required. We can start from scratch and we can learn this. There are certain people who learned from me during COVID time and all, because of the college shutdown and other things and all. They learned and they are doing very good in the industry right now. So anybody can learn who are having interest in the data. What would be the salary expectations generally for a fresher who in campus placements, if they are going to get it for this kind of roles and all, they can expect somewhere around close to 5 to 6 lakhs and all. With 3 ASS experience, 8 to 10, 5 years, 12 to 15, according to the Indian market standard. So basically the thumb rule is, what is your number of experience multiplied by 3. That is how generally works. But still a lot of other factors are also there. But in general, if you ask me on an average, what is the salary expectation for a BA developer, I would say this is what you can expect. Okay, now Power BI, we call it as a self-service BI tool. Okay, Power BI is called as a self-service data visualization or data analytics or business intelligence tool. Why do we call it as a self-service? The main reason why we call it as a self-service is, anybody without having any technical knowledge, without the help of any IT staff, like anybody can create their own reports without the help of the ETL person, or without the help of any IT person who will generally clean the data and give it to us, or create everything what we require and all. We no need to depend on many people to create our own reports. If the data is proper, a proper way and proper format and all, we can create your own report without the help of any IT staff. That is the main reason why we call Power BI as a self-service BI tool. Data visualization means what? Generally representing the data in the form of graphs or charts. Okay, any data if you are representing in the form of graphs or chart, that is called data visualization. And data visualization is very important. Without having any reports, without having data visualization tools and all, no company can take their decisions. Okay, how it is useful for decision making? For example, let us consider we are having a, or else let us consider any superstore or supermarket like DMart or something. Whenever you go and buy something and go to the billing counter, they will ask you for your phone number, right? Yes or no? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Right. So what do they do with your phone number? Basically, they gather the information who came to my store, what all things he purchased, whether he did a basic like some 10 20 rupees of business to me, or whether he has done a very huge business in thousands and all, and how he is coming, whether he is coming on daily basis or during just weekends or something, or whether he is coming just before some festivals or something, how, what is your frequency to visit my store. And whenever he is coming, what kind of items he is buying, whether he is buying only cosmetics, whether he is buying only the clothing and apparels, or whether he is buying some any other groceries or something. Okay, we can understand the behavior of the person, what exactly he is buying. So all the data they will collect it in your bill. Everything will be written, what things you have bought, in what quantity you have bought, what is the discount given to you. Everything will be there in the bill with your phone number. So everything they will store it. In every day there will be like thousands people visiting the store, and there will be multiple branches across the city or across the country. All the data they will be storing at one place. Okay, that is called data warehouse. In data warehouse they will store all the data in the form of schema in different tables. From that tables, front end tool like Power BI or Tableau or MSBI or any other BI tool, they will connect it and create the visualizations. So for example, that company is having a budget of, you are a company and you are having like close to 20 employees, and you have a budget of like 3 lakhs for training purpose, training the employees. And you cannot train all the 20 members because your budget is not huge that you can train all the 20 members. You need to find out 4 members to whom if you give the training, it will help the company overall. So how do you find those 4 people? So based on the data available, based on the historical data available from the last 2 years or 3 years and all, we will try to find out who are the employees who are not able to perform well. If you randomly pick somebody and give the training, they might be already performing good and you are spending money on them. So it may not be helpful for the overall growth of the company. So when you pick the people who are not performing well with the help of the data which is available and train them, they can generate you more profits, and in turn you will get the growth of the company. So how do you take a decision to make to who are the 4 people? By doing some kind of data visualization only. So data visualization is very important across the industry, not only in IT. Any place data visualization is important to make any kind of decision making. Okay, that's what I said. What is business intelligence? It helps the business managers or the decision makers to make more informed business decisions. Informed means logical decisions. It should not be like we wake up in the morning and think, okay, let me introduce some 10 new products, or let me increase the number of employee count, or let me increase the number of branches. You cannot take a decision just like that. It has to be backed with the data available with you. That is called business intelligence. Any questions till now?
No, sir.
Right, very good. So generally, this is one data set. If you see, this is the COVID related data. Okay, different countries are there belonging to different continents. What is their population, total cases registered, what is the death rate, how many people recovered, active cases, serious conditions. All those information has been stored here. Okay, so if I ask you here quickly, what is the total tests conducted, how many people has been recovered, how many deaths happened, all those things and all, it is very difficult for us to look into this sheet and answer me, right? But when I convert this data into this kind of report, this kind of Power BI report, it will be very easy for the end user or anybody who is doing analysis on top of this report to understand what exactly is happening, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So raw data, when you have in this format and all, numerics or any kind of text values and all, if you convert that into this kind of Power BI report, it will be easy for the end user to analyze and take decisions out of it. He can select any country from here and see what are the. Here I can see the top 10 countries which are having the death rate. Even though I am having multiple countries, I am just showing the top 10 countries only. So from this, I can understand what is the variation. See, I can see easily here, USA is much more higher than Brazil and India. If I combine Brazil and India, also still we cannot reach USA in terms of death rates and all, or active cases and all. So these kind of things we can easily understand in the report rather than by looking into the raw data. So that is the main reason why we need data visualization. Without having the data visualization and all, it will be very difficult for the business managers to make their day-to-day decision making. Okay. Right. Now let us try to understand what happens in Power BI. Okay. Let me show you little practically also. Let me open the Power BI desktop also simultaneously. I have downloaded this and I will tell you how to install all those things and all. But right now for the demo, just try to understand what is happening in Power BI. Okay. So I am opening my Power BI desktop. Just double click on the app. It will open. Click on the report. This is my Power BI desktop where we are going to build our reports, where we are going to develop our reports. So let's come back to my slide. Okay. So as I said, every company will have their transactional data. So whatever the product or service they are making and selling it to the people, so there will be daily transactions will be happening. That transactional data is called business data. This business data can be stored in Excel files or any text files or any server like SQL Server or Oracle or Azure or any kind of database or cloud technology. They need to store the data. If they have the capability, capacity, if they have the money, they will go with databases. If suppose it's a very small business, what we call superstore, okay, or any kind of small business and all, still they want to do data visualization and all, they can store it in Excel also as a data source. Finally, they need to store the data at one or the other place. Once they have stored the data, in technical terms, we call the stored data as OLTP. OLTP means online transactional processing data. This is all operational data, all transactional data. So once we have this data, then only we can do any analysis on top of it. So once we have this data, what we are going to do, we are going to use a tool called Power BI Desktop. Okay, in Power BI Desktop, what we have three modules. What are they? When you install the Power BI Desktop, now automatically these three modules also will get installed. No need to install anything separately. So what are those three things? They are called Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power View. Okay, what Power Query does? Each module will have a different job role. Okay, different functionality. By the way, this is one of the first interview questions which people generally ask. Okay, for a Power BI interview, this is the first question they are going to ask. They will ask it in different ways. They may ask you, what is the architecture of Power BI? They may ask you, what happens in Power BI end to end? They may ask you, what are the different modules in Power BI? What is the functionality of each module? Okay, they may ask you what are the different building blocks of Power BI and how does it work. All the questions will have the same answer, which is now I'm going to explain. Okay, so Power Query, it is having the ability to connect to multiple data sources. Even though your data is stored one table, employee related table information is stored in Excel. Transaction customer related information is stored in SQL Server. Some other product related information is stored in Oracle. We want all the three information to create our reports. So Power Query has the ability to connect to multiple data sources and pull the data from the database to our Power Query. And here what we do, if suppose any small cleaning is required, that we will do it in Power Query. So what Power Query is, Power Query's main functionality, it is an ETL tool inside Power BI. What ETL stands for? Extraction of data, transformation of data, and loading of data to Power Pivot. Okay, so let us see this step practically, how this happens. So here, this is my Power BI desktop. In transform data, when I click on transform data, I will go to my Power Query editor. Can you see this one at the left top, Power Query editor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from here, for example, I have my data stored in two different places. Okay. For example, I have my data in SQL Server. Let me open the SQL Server Management Studio. So let me give you some overall thing. Like for example, client has given you some requirements. Okay, requirements of client. This data is basically Superstore data. Okay, so the requirement he has given is he wants to see the total sales. Then he wants to see the total quantity sold. Then he wants to see the total profit generated. Then he wants to understand the total discount given. Then we have some categories. Okay, so he wants to see the each category and its sales. For each category, what is the sales happened. Then he wants to see the each region and its sales. Then he wants to see each subcategory and its sales. Then he wants to see each salesperson and what is the sale he generated. And one thing here salesperson, he wants to see the full name of the salesperson. Okay, and then here we will give segment instead of region. And he wants to use a slicer on region to filter the data. Okay, so this is the requirement they have given. So when you work on any project, they will give you some requirement like this in a Word document or over a call or over an email. Some or the other way, they need to provide you the requirement what you need to create. Without having the requirement, we cannot create it. Okay, so once you get the requirement, first and foremost thing what you need to ask, okay, what is my data source, where the data is stored. So in our case, our data is stored in SQL Server and Excel. Two places, for example, the data is stored. The second question we need to ask is connection details. You need to have the connection details. These are certain things which you need to ask. Without asking, generally they may not provide you. They may think that you already have access to all those things and all. Okay, so we need to ask what are the connection details. For SQL Server, I have my server name. We need to have the server name, database name, and what table to connect. These are the details they need to provide. Similarly, for Excel also, location of Excel, and table name which we need to connect. Okay, so for example, in SQL Server, I want to connect to a table called orders. Okay, and in Excel, I want to connect to two tables called returns and people. Okay, these three tables are required to build this report with the requirement they have given. Okay, anything which you are not following, please ask me. Any questions till now?
No, sir. Clear
No
at
question.
All clear, right?
Yes,
Any
sir.
small question, don't think it is a silly question whether I should ask or not. If you are anything 1 plus 1, why it is 2? Okay, that kind of silly questions, or that is not a silly question. First of all, there is nothing called silly questions and all. Any question, anything which you feel, why we are doing this, why we need this one, why we need this one and all, please ask it and get it clarified. Okay, we are learning, so anything can be asked. No questions as of now, right?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So these are the information which we need to have. So once we have this information, now let us see what we need to do. See, as I mentioned here, so one is, see, Excel file is one of our data source, SQL Server is my another data source. Here I have my required order table. Here I have my required people's table and returns table. Now my work is to pull this information to my Power BI desktop in Power Query. There are different ways to pull the data, but right now we are going through Power Query. Let us see what to do. So I will go to my, first let me copy my server name. This is my server name. Okay, I will copy it and connect it. So these are the different databases I have here. I need to connect to, for example, prod sample DB. In this, I have a table called orders table. So this is what, this table I want to connect it with my Power BI. Okay, so let us see how to connect it. So I will go to my new source, which I want to connect. Click on new source. Here I have different connections available here. So when I click on more options, you will see multiple connections, connection strings are there, which we can connect it with Power BI. All these are the connections which we can connect it with any of the data sources. If you want to connect it to Oracle, for example, just to type here Oracle in the left top. Oracle. Okay, this is my Oracle database. If you want to connect it to Azure, just to type Azure Databricks or anything related to Azure, Azure SQL DB, Azure Synapse, anything related to Azure, everything will come up here. If you want to connect it to SharePoint, just type SharePoint, you will see the SharePoint here. If you want to connect it to Excel, just type Excel here, you will get the Excel workbook. Or CSV files, just type CSV, you will get it here. So we have multiple connectors here by which we can connect to the data source easily. Okay, right now what we want to connect to SQL Server. So just type SQL Server. So this is my SQL Server database connector. Select this one, click on connect. It will ask you for the server name, database name. What is direct query, import, advanced, under? This we will learn later on. Let's simply connect to this. My server name, we need to provide the server name here. Database name is optional. If you know what database to connect, here I have the database name. You can provide the directly this database name, or else you can skip it. Once you skip it, what will happen? It will show all the data under this server. Okay. So I will give only the server name and click on OK. Generally, when you connect it in real time, it will ask you for the username and password also. Right now, I don't have it. So I am connecting it directly. But when you are working on a real-time project now, it will ask you to provide the username and password also. Okay. So now I want to connect it to the prod sample DB. So expand this one. What I said, in this server, I want to connect to orders table. In SQL Server, I want to connect to orders table, right? So select the table which you want to connect. So once you connect it, it will give you the overview of the table. What columns are there? What is the data available in it? It will show it in the preview here. Once you see it, then you can click on OK. Once you click on OK, what will happen? Data will be loaded into your Power Query. Okay. Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one small doubt here
Yes.
from my side.
Yes.
Sir, while we are working on a Power BI project, we could be dealing with multiple data files or data
Okay.
sources.
Okay.
So, can we do something like one table is, let's say, an Excel file.
Mhm.
One data we take from, let's say, SQL Server. One
Okay.
database we take from an Azure server. Can we work from
Yes.
multiple data different sources at the same report?
Yeah, that is what I am showing. No, now we have two different data sources. One is SQL Server, another one is Excel. Okay.
Okay.
So we have connected to SQL Server and pull the required table.
Uh-huh.
Now we are going to connect to another data source and pull the required tables.
Okay.
Okay. So like this, you have 10 different sources also. That is fine. You can work with 10 different data sources also in Power BI. Even it is 50 also not a problem. Generally, it will not happen. But I am saying if there are multiple data sources also, that is fine. It doesn't have any problem with Power BI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now we have connected to SQL Server and pull the required table, which is orders table. Now we need to connect to Excel and pull the required tables, which are returns and peoples. Okay, so let us try to connect to the Excel which I have. So I will go to new source. You can go to more and click on Excel, or else directly have an option here, Excel workbook. Click on the Excel workbook. You need to go to the location where it is stored. So I have it here. This is my Excel file. Click on it, open it. You will see the different tables available in that worksheet. Okay, I have orders, peoples, and returns. Now I want what tables? What tables I need?
Returns and peoples.
Returns and people table. So whatever the table, here you may have multiple tables, like 10, 20 tables also, but no point of pulling all the tables into our Power BI. It will just increase your data only. So only select the tables which are required for your reporting. Okay. So I have selected my people table, this one, and I have selected my return table, this one. Now here if you see, my column names are incorrect. Yes or no? My column name should be person, region, and user ID. But here it is showing column 1, column 2, and column 3. Similarly, in returns table also, it should be returns and order ID. It is showing column 1 and column 2. So once I load it, select the tables and click on OK. It will load the data into your Power Query editor. So till now what we have done, we have connected to Excel as a data source, we have connected to SQL as a data source, and we have pulled the data, pull the required tables into Power Query. What Power Query does, it does ETL, extraction, transformation, and loading. So extraction part done. E part done. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the
Yes.
second part is transformation. If any transformation is required or not. T. So here a transformation is required. I want to move this column to my header column, header row. Right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so we have multiple options here. We will learn each and every option here. For right now, because we want to move this towards one step above, we have an option called use first row as headers. Can you see
Mm.
this one? Use first row as headers. So when you click on this one, that will be moved as a header. This is how we want it, right?
Mm.
Done. So this table has been cleaned. So we will come to the next table called returns. Here also same thing we need to do. You can do it from here. You have the same step here, use first row as headers here, and the same thing you have here also called use first row as headers. You can select anything, it will do the same thing.
Mm.
Okay, so this is done. So our second part, what is that part? Extraction is done, transformation is done. Out of ETL, E is done, T is done. Next part is load the data. So load the data to Power Pivot. So how to load the data? Just click on close and apply. Okay, when you click on
Okay.
close and apply, the cleaned data will be loaded into your Power Pivot. That is our second module.
I have doubt over here.
Yes.
So if I am exporting my SQL query to Excel data and uh, storing at the share file location, and
Okay.
this report will be pulling from that Excel file.
Okay.
So that first column header will get changed automatically after replacing the file. Like every day, the new file will be stored
Right.
and it will be
So
pulled from there.
yeah, that is fine. So once first time when you pull the data, you will be pulling it from SharePoint, right?
Yes.
Okay, you are extracting the data, exporting the data from SQL Server and putting into a SharePoint location, and Power BI is connected to SharePoint location. So Power BI doesn't have any connection with the SQL Server. It has only connection with the SharePoint, right?
Right.
Okay. So first time when you are pulling the data from SharePoint to Power BI, however the data shows, okay, if the data shows as, if your column names are correct, no need of doing this transformation, the transformation which we have done, no need of doing that one. So next time when you replace the file also, it is not required. But when you are doing for the first time and it requires this transformation, then second time when you upload the data in the SharePoint location, for that file also it will require, right? So it will automatically take it. No need of doing it again in Power BI. Only you will do it.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
second time or third time, multiple times when you replace the files, what will happen? Only the file name will change. Okay. No, not even file name will change, because in the same location you are going to put the file.
Yes,
Okay.
file name will be the same, like
File name
as
will
it is.
be the same. The file name should be the same. The table name should be the same. The column name should remain the same. Only the data inside it will change. Okay.
Okay.
So it will go again to the same location. It will again pull the same file. It will again pull the same table, and it will do the same transformation again.
Okay.
When you keep on replacing the file, no need of doing anything in your Power BI. Only first time you will do it. From second time onwards, how many files you are going to replace, it will not impact Power BI.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep. Yep.
you got the clarity, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. So we made our required transformation and then we did close and apply. Once you close and apply, what will happen? Data will be loaded into your Power BI, Power Pivot. So this is my orders table. These are the different columns. This is my people table. These are the different columns. This is my returns table. This is my different column. Now we will go to model view. This third view now, this is called model view. Here we will do the transformation. So basically not transformation, data modeling. So this step is done. What we did now, we connected to Excel and we connected to SQL Server, and then we brought the data to Power Query, then we did the ETL, then we loaded the data into Power Pivot. In Power Pivot, what we will do? Data modeling. Okay, data modeling and data enhancement by using DAX language. Okay, these are the two things we will do it in Power Pivot. What is that? How to do it? Let us see. What is the use of this one? Let us see. Why we need data modeling? Let us try to understand. So data modeling is basically creating relationship between multiple tables. This is my fact table. What is a fact table? What is a dimension table? That we will learn later on. Okay, during our Power Pivot module, we need time, at least 1 to 2 hours we would require. So basically we are creating relationship between tables. Okay, like here I have order ID, here we have order ID. So basically I will drag it and put it here to create a relationship. Why do we need a relationship? This one. Okay, let us try to understand. For example, if I remove this relationship, I deleted this relationship. Now we don't have any relationship between people table and orders table, right? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for example, I'm going to create for example, let us try to create this one. Okay, this is one of the requirement, right? Each salesperson, what is the sales he has done? Okay, so my salesperson column is available in the people's table. Okay, if I come to table view, this is the second view where if I click it, I can see the data available in the table. Okay, in the people table, I have this information: person name, salesperson name, which region he belongs to, what is his email ID. In orders table, I have orders related data where I have the sales column also. So basically, I want to know each person what is the sale he has done. Okay, so for example, let me create any kind of, for example, a column chart. select the column chart. How to create it? Let me show you again. Okay, we will learn all these things in a very slow manner. Today I am just showing you how things happen. Okay, no need to learn anything, but you need to understand what happens in Power BI today. That is my agenda. Okay.
Mm.
Right. So this is the report canvas. Here we are going to develop our reports. So just select the visual which you want to build from here. Just select the column chart, for example, and place it wherever you want. And now I want to see each person, each salesperson, and what is the sale he has done. Okay, here I have x-axis and y-axis. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. For example, this is my column chart, right? This is my column chart. For example, we have how many people? 4 people are there, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. To read this data properly, what is x-axis and what is y-axis here? Which one is x-axis and which one is y-axis?
Horizontal line is the x-axis and vertical line is the y-axis.
So this is our y-axis and this is our x-axis, right? So I have two things to show here. One is person, another one is sales. So in which axis I should put the person name and which axis I need to put the sales numbers to read it properly.
X-axis,
Person in Y
we
and
can
sales in X.
Sorry, person in,
Person in Y
okay.
and sales in X.
Okay, if I do like that, for example, P1 is one person, P2 is another person, P3 is another person. Okay, and my sales numbers are 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, something like this. Okay, can you tell me what is the sale done by P3?
Sorry, my bad. It will be reverse.
It should be the other way. Okay,
Yes.
this chart we cannot read it. Okay, it has to be other way. So we have 4% means P1, P2, P3, P4, and sales in y-axis 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now we can say what is the P1 sales? Somewhere here. So 25. What is the P2 sales? Somewhere here. 30. What is P3 sales? Somewhere here. 40. What is P4 sales? Someone here. 15. Right? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
If it is bar chart, bar will be like this, right?
Mm.
Now, where I need to put the person and sales?
Person in y-axis and sales in x-axis.
Right. So person should be in y-axis and sales should be in x-axis. If it is a bar chart, always the numerical number should be in x-axis. If it is a
Right.
column chart, always the numerical should be in y-axis. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. The same thing we are going to do it here. So this is my visual. X-axis is here, y-axis is here. In x-axis, what I need to put? I have two columns to show. One is person, another one is sales.
Mm.
So where I should put the person?
Person we can put in x-axis.
Person, just drag it and put it in x-axis. And sales,
Y-axis.
just drag it and put it in y-axis. Okay. So this is how we create a visual. Okay. If we don't do in this way, if you directly drag it and put it on the visual also, it will work.
Okay.
But ultimately it will do the same thing only. So you need to know why it is taking x-axis and why it is taking y-axis. Okay.
Right.
Right. Now, if I just do some formatting, click on the visual, go to format your visual and just enable the data labels. Okay, let me increase the size little bit and make it little bold, font change. Okay, fine. So now what it is showing, everybody is doing the same sales. Yes or no?
Mm.
If I put it in focus mode, everybody is doing the same sale, which is not correct actually.
Right.
Okay, why it is giving us wrong results? Because people is coming from a different table, order sales is coming from a different table.
Okay.
Okay, and we don't have a relationship between these two tables. In
Okay.
the model view, I don't have a relationship between these two tables. To create a relationship, we need a primary key and a foreign key. What is primary key? What is foreign key? That and all a bigger concept we will learn later. But here my primary key is region in my people table, and in my orders table, my primary key is again the region. So I
Mm.
will drag it and put it on this one. Now I have a relationship between these two tables. This is called one-to-many relationship. What is many-to-many, many-to-many, all those things will come later on. So we have created a relationship between people and orders table now, and taken person from people table and orders from fact table. This some sales from orders table. Now when I go back to my report view, now see it is giving me the correct results.
Right.
Okay, so that is why data modeling is important. In Power Pivot, we will do the data modeling. What is data modeling? Creating relationship between multiple tables. If you don't have a relationship between tables, we will get the wrong answers.
Mm.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So done. Now we can do some more formatting. For example, let me do it quickly. In x-axis, if I try to make it bold, and then y-axis also I will try to make it bold. Okay, and then I will just give some border shadow border. I will give some lighter color and give some rounded corners. Now it looks little better. One second. FX visual border rounded edges. Okay, now it looks little better. So one is done. But here again, one more thing you need to know. What I am saying, I want to know the full name of the person. Okay, I want to
Mm.
show the salesperson full name. Okay, here it is showing full name. For example, I want to know only the first name.
Okay.
Okay, we want to see only the first name. So what we need to do? Do we have a column which shows only the first name? If you go to the data view, and click on people, do we have a name of the person with only first name?
No, sir.
We don't have. So what we need to do, we need to create it. How to create it? You need to any kind of changes. Okay, like we need to do any kind of changes. We need to go to Power Query and do it again. So what we will do, we will go back to Power Query. We will go to transform data. Again, we are into Power Query editor. Okay, and go to your required table. This one I want to split it into first name and last name. So I have an option called split column. I will go to the split column by delimiter. Okay, wherever there is a space from left hand side, I want to break it. Okay, from here I want to break this one wherever there is a space.
Okay.
Okay, and then click on OK. Okay, so this
Mm.
is my first name, this is my last name. So I will rename this one as first name, double click and rename this one as last name.
Mm.
And then again close and apply. So now I have two columns. One is first name and last name. This name has been splitted into two. So this visual will not work now. So what we need to do, I will remove this person because we don't have this column anymore, right? So we will remove
Right.
this and use the first name in my x-axis. So in this way, we will use our Power Query whenever it is required. Clear?
Got it, sir.
Right. And then let us come back to our requirement. I want to see the total sales, total quantity, total profit, and total discount. These four things, let us try to show it. I will take a card visual, resize this, and sales. So two ways you can do it. One thing you can directly drag and drop this and show it in the visual. Okay. Let me do some formatting to this one also. Okay, basically I'm trying to show it in a better way. That's it. Okay, formatting options, so many are there. We will learn that one. So this is my sum of sales. Okay, similarly, if I want quantity, I'm just copy pasting the visual here instead of sales. So I am talking about DAX functions here, right? In Power Pivot, we will write the DAX formulas also. So
Right.
here for quantity, you can directly drag and drop, that also will work, but you can write a measure like this. Click on new measure and say total quantity, give a name and write your formula. I want to use the sum formula, sum of in orders table. I want to take the quantity column. Okay, these formulas will come into picture when you have multiple filter conditions. Okay, when you want to know only the quantity based on a particular category or a particular region, like that, when you want, you will use these kind of formulas. For example, instead of using here total quantity, I would say total quantity of um, east region. Only this one I want to see. So this, now we need to write the formula. Okay, what formula? I will use a calculate function. I would say sum of quantity I want to know, but when my region is equal to east. Okay, like this we may
Hmm.
have to write some formulas. Okay, now this one, drop it here, you will see. So this is my east region quantity. Okay, that is
Hmm.
how we will write our DAX formulas. There are so many DAX formulas are there. I just gave you an example what exactly is a DAX formula. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is done. Now we have the total sales, we have the total quantity of each region. Now I want to know the total profit and total discount. So I will copy this one again. Once again, because I need one is for the profit, another one is for discount. So here I will drag and drop the profit column. Why it is showing 0? That means there is some issue. Here it is taking first. That means my profit column is having some issue. So let us
Okay.
go to my Power Query. Go to transform data, and we will go to our profit column and check. Mostly there will be an issue with the data type. So I will go to choose columns, go to column, and I will say profit and select it. It will directly take me to that particular column. See, in my profit column, my data type is what? Text value. And text value, we cannot sum it up. Yes or no?
Hmm. Right.
So that's why it is giving me error. So I need to change the data type to numeric. So what I will do, I will click here and will select decimal also fine. Whole number is also fine. Whatever you want, you can take it. So I will go with the decimal number because we have the decimals. Okay. So I have changed my data type from text to number and then close and apply. So when I do a
Hmm.
close and apply, now this profit will be numeric one. So we can add this one. Okay, it is taking minimum again. Why it is taking minimum? Because these are called implicit measure. What is this one? I will tell you later on. So we want to sum it, right? So select the sum option here. So this
Hmm.
is my overall profit. Similarly, go with discount, drag and drop it. You will see the discount. So we made our first four visuals: sales, quantity of each region. You can rename this one also to make it clear. East. Okay, so we have the total overall sales, each region quantity, profit, and discount. In between these visuals, the space is not equidistant, right? Here we have lesser space, here we have more space. So what we can do, select all visuals, go to format, align, and say distribute horizontally. When you do that, the distribution will be proper,
Hmm.
right? So now we have our four visuals here, and then we want each category and its sales. Okay, each category and its sales. Let us go back. I will take some visual. Maybe I will this time will take pie chart. Okay, what we want, each category and sales. So I will just take the category, you can directly drop it here, and the sales, this one here. So each category and what is the sale it is taking. So here also I will do some kind of formatting. Border, shadow, border I will give some light color, and I will give some edges. Instead of sharp edges, I will give the rounded corners. And the data labels also is not properly visible. What I can do, go to detail label, and I will say I want to see the category and data value, and values I want to increase the size maybe 12 and make it bold. Okay, maybe I'll reduce the size a little bit. Okay, furniture, office supplies, technology. These are the values. When you have the furniture, technology, and office supplies names here itself, do I need this one, this legend? We don't need, right? Because already I can see it here. Yes or no? Yes, no? Guys, you're there?
Yes.
Satyajit. Okay. So we got it. Right. And then each segment, subcategory. Each segment, let us take some other, I will take a donut chart. Segment and sales. Okay, I will give the same formatting from here to here. I will get each segment and its sales. And then I want to see each subcategory and its sales. So I will take a bar chart and I will use the subcategory and the sales. And here I will give the data labels on those things done. Then we want the last visual is the slicer for a region. So let me give some border to this one. Okay, now I will go with the slicer and we'll take the region. Okay, so this is the requirement given to us when we have implemented the dashboard. Okay, this is how it looks. And whenever you click on something, no, it is an interactive chart. Okay, it will entirely give us the interaction. Okay, whatever you are going to select accordingly, all the data will change. Okay, when I select somebody's name here, it will give the data only to that data point. Okay, so this is how we create our report. Okay, so we have done the data modeling, we have done the data enhancement. In Power View, we have created the visuals. Up to here is our data development, our report development. Once it is done, we will publish and share it with the end user. This we will see later on. So up to here, do you have any questions? Report
No, sir.
development. Okay, all clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now let me show you what we will have in our course. Okay. This is my course outline. Okay. You might have already received or else you will receive it. Here we will cover all the topics which are required for as a Power BI developer with experienced people, whatever the knowledge they should have, everything I will be covering. Okay. In Power View, Power Query and Power Pivot. These are the different functions. In each module we will have multiple functions, we will learn them. In Power BI service we will learn something related to admin related things also, and also securities and licenses, automate the reports, all those things we will learn here. And I will give you 2 assignments. Okay, once we complete our first module, Power View, once we complete it, then I will give you this assignment. Okay, this assignment, I will give you the new data set and I will give you the requirement. Based on this requirement, you need to create the report. Okay, how the report looks, let me show you quickly. Okay, let it open. Okay, you need to create this one. Once you create this one, then you will be very much comfortable about how to create the reports in your Power View. Once that is done, then the final project includes everything, and this is a very difficult one. You need to write your DAX functions, DAX formulas, multiple visuals are there. You need to do your data modeling. There will be close to 7 to 8 tables will be there. You need to create a data model out of it. You need to write close to 20-30 DAX functions. You need to create all the visuals in different pages, different logics. Okay, this is like an end-to-end project. Okay, so once you are comfortable with these two projects, you will be able to do any real-time project. And also we will learn SQL also, because once it is done, for example, now you have created this report. Okay, my total sales is 3.80 million. Okay, I want to test it. How I can test it? We need to write SQL queries to test it. For example, here I want to test it in my orders table. I would test select star from orders. So this is my table. Okay, this is the exactly table we have pulled into our Power BI. So I want to know the sum of sales as total sales. So this is the number I am getting. This is nothing but 3.8 million only. If I convert this into million, it will give us the same number. Is it matching?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like this, you need to write your SQL queries and test it in real time. Why do we use SQL as a Power BI developer? This is the main reason why we need it to do the unit testing. Okay. So we will learn how to do the unit testing also. And this is the first report you need to create. Okay. When you click on any country region, it should change it. And also, for example, here USA is there. I want to in the bookmark page, I have this data, all countries and related information is there. But when I pass a filter condition from here to there, when I do a right click, drill through, go to bookmark, it should show me only USA related data. When I click on this button, we should go back to the previous slide. Now, when I do on India, I should see only India related data. Okay. So when I switch it on, this data, this one, I should get the overall data. See, now I can see my data labels on. When I switch it off, data label should be invisible. When I switch it on, data label should be visible. So how to create buttons, how to create bookmarks, how to do the drill through feature, okay, drill down feature. So many things are there. We are going to learn. And by the end of this project, you will be comfortable with creating all the buttons, bookmarks, everything. Now, if I click here, it will take me to that page directly. If I go back, it will take me to the back page. When I click on bookmark, it will take me to that page. When I click on this one, it should be looking like an app. How do we use in a mobile app, right? Everything should be very easy for the end user. So all these things you are going to do in your first project. And the second project, that is much more difficult. Okay, these many tables are there. So let me open this and show you. So once you're comfortable with these two projects, I can assure you that you can do any other real-time projects. Okay, this contains a lot of information, and this final assignment to do for you, it will at least take 20 days of time. If you every day spend 1 to 2 hours of time, it will definitely take 20 days for you to complete. Okay, see, this is the major project which we are going to do it. Okay, like this, you need to do the color formatting, conditional formatting. When it is increasing, it should be in green color. When it is decreasing, it should be in red color. Okay, all these things you need to do it. Okay, in index page, you have this one. If I want to go to executive dashboard, you should come it here. If I suppose select Europe 2020, it should give me the data. When I click on this one, it should clear all the filters, whatever we have applied. Okay, so like this buttons we need to create, product related information we need to show, customer related information we need to show, with all these things and all, and we need to do the data modeling here. Okay, you should know how to create this data model. Okay, with these many tables, how to create relationship between multiple tables, or how to create a schema out of it, that we are going to do. And then also you need to write so many function measure. All these are different measures. Okay, you need to write all these things as and when it is required.
Hmm.
Okay, so once you write all these things, now you will be comfortable in writing the DAX functions, data modeling, and your Power View. And then I will be telling you how to share it with end user. Multiple ways are there how to share it. All those things we will learn it. So basically, what I'm trying to say it is, for a person to prove himself as a 3 to 4 years of experience, whatever things are required, everything we are going to discuss. Already it's 1.5 hours. I think I should stop talking. And if you have any questions, please ask me. We can discuss them. Yeah.
Sir, one small doubt here.
Yeah.
So we saw how we import data from Excel file. We saw how to import data from SQL Server. How do we import the data from SharePoint?
Yeah,
Do
there
we
is
share?
a connector for SharePoint also. Let me share my screen. We have connectors for everything, Satyajit. For example, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so get data. Here, from here also you can get the data from transform Power Query, which we have done previously. There also you can do that. It will give you the same result. So get data, go to more, and type it here SharePoint. Okay, SharePoint folder.
Okay.
Connect, and here you need to provide the link. In
Hmm.
SharePoint, when you provide the link, no, you should, there will be a bigger link. Okay, but you need to select up to the folder name only.
Okay.
Okay, the link
Uh-huh.
will be very big. Okay, but you need to go, for example, it will be in a location, right? It will go up to that location, and at the end you will see the folder name, shared
Hmm.
folder name, and after that you need to provide one slash. Okay, black slash. Up to that only you need
Okay.
to take it. If you take the entire link of the folder, it may not connect.
Okay.
Okay, if it is a single file, for the single file, you can select the path. There will be an option called path in your SharePoint shared drive. If you take the path, you can directly put the entire link of that path. Then it will directly connect to it.
Right.
Actually, what I'm trying to say, we have the connector for SharePoint and everything also.
Mhm.
Yeah. Any
Got it,
other
sir.
question?
Thank you.
How do you feel this tool? Is it complicated to understand or not so complicated? We need practice, or how do you feel about the tool?
It depends on the level at which you want to work. If you want to make detailed reports, so obviously it's not going to be that simple. And simple 1, 2, 3 visualization,
No, no.
I think
My
it's
question
pretty.
was no, no. My question was like, if it is a simple or complicated, whatever it is, first you need to
Hmm.
understand the tool,
Right.
right? So my question was, understanding the tool, is it difficult? Where to do what? You need to do cleaning. Where we should go? You should
Ah,
know that. If you
right.
why the data is mismatched, whether there is a relationship or not, where can I go and check whether my relationship is available or not? We need to go to the model view. So with the navigation of the Power BI, if you are comfortable, then learning should not be a problem. So that was my
Hmm.
question. Like, navigating through the tool, now your first time it is seeing maybe little difficult, but I would tell you that this is not at all a complicated tool. Just you need a practice. This is just a practice related tool. If you practice for 45 days every day, 1 to 2 hours and all, you can beat a experienced person who has 2 to 3 years of experience easily,
Hmm.
and who doesn't do a practice.
Right.
Okay, so I think that's all from my end. Lalit, if you want to add anything, or anybody is having any other questions, let me know. I would be happy to answer.
Sir,
No,
can we use it via Gmail account or something?
You don't need any account at all. You can directly download this and you can start working on it. For the publishing part, I said you need a license. No, I will give a free license email ID. You can use that one. You do not need anything. You just need a PC. You just need a laptop. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
How will be the training mode? Will it be online or in person?
It will be online.
It will be online. Unless you are in that group, right? I will be sharing that demos link for tomorrow. Okay, we'll start regular session from tomorrow itself.
Okay.
So for whoever has been present now, what is your preferable time in morning time or evening time?
Morning for me.
For me, it will be morning.
Okay. Yeah, I am planning to start the same time, 10 to 11. It okay for you all?
Okay for me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. What about you, Santa?
Yes, okay for me.
Okay.
10 to 11, right, sir?
Yeah,
Yeah.
plan to 10 to 11.
Okay.
Thank you, Sujit. It was a very detailed session.
Yeah.
Nice
Thanks
one.
all. Yeah. Thank you all for joining. And let's see. We will meet tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for the
Thank
great
you.
session. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I'll share the recording with everyone. Thank you, guys.
Please.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.